So Steve Tandy's first ever Six Nations team has just been announced to face England Saturday. So I'll go straight through it and then we'll have a little discussion. So we've got Nicky Smith, Derry Lake captain Archie Griffin, that's the front row. Then you got Dav Jenkins and Adam Beard keeping that partnership going. Then in the back row, Alex Mann 6, Josh McLeod 7, Aaron Wainwright at 8. Then the back line is Thomas Williams and Dan Edwards keeping that combo going. The centres, Ben Thomas comes back in along with Eddie James at 13. And then the back three, you got wings of Josh Adams and Ellis Mee, and then Lewis rees-zammit up fullback. Then on the bench, he's gone for a 6-2 split. You got Belcher, Carrick, Tom Francis, Ben Carter, Tane Plumtree, Harry Deeves, Kieran Hardy and Mason Grady. So the first place I will look at is the props. Kind of surprised not to start with Francis, given historically he's been our best scrummager, but I can understand he's been in Provence in Division 2 for a while. We don't know where he is fitness wise and stuff like that. I personally would have started with him and just tried to hold out for a half against Genge. But Archie Griffin, he's been playing more, he's been playing really well for Bath as well in the games that he has played, so good on him to get himself back into the starting 15. Then the centres, Ben Thomas and Eddie James. Quite an exciting combo, a new youngish combo as well. So that's going to be exciting to see Eddie James at 13. Ben Thomas, you have to say, is probably the form centre in Wales at the moment. After, pretty difficult autumn, kind of scapegoated a lot. He's been on fire for Cardiff, deservedly back starting, I believe. And Eddie James at 13, I am surprised, I have to admit. I thought he would go with the safe pair of hands of Owen Watkin, maybe just to keep Wales, in the game. But he's gone with Eddie James, and he's going to give him an opportunity to prove himself at the international level. He's a big guy, he plays physical, and I'm super excited to see that combination, and especially Eddie James, if we can get him a little ball in that centre field. Rees-zammit at fullback, kind of what the mood music was around. Some people are saying he's not really a natural fullback. We don't really have an out-and-out fullback in that team, so they're all people who can play fullback and play wing. Might as well give him a run there, get him on the ball as much as we humanly can. He is the biggest danger in that back line. And then the bench was a 6-2 split, which I think is kind of a good idea considering the bench that England have to bring on up front. But I'm a little bit confused with some of the selection. Well, the mainly one, and that's Tane Plumtree. Don't really understand what he's done over the last 6 months to earn the spot. I think in the autumn he proved that he's a card machine in a penalty factory, and I'm a bit confused with that selection. Yes, he's got the diversity if you need to put him in second row, but we've got second row cover, so I just really don't get that. And then Grady coming back on the final position on the bench. I think we're going to see him. Where we see him, I don't know, but I think it does make sense given what he can offer as a physical presence that we don't really have anywhere else. That explosiveness, maybe to come on the wing, maybe to plug in at centre, I'm not too sure. But wherever they bring him on, if we can get him some ball in space, he can cause defences issues, and we need as many good exciting, explosive players that we can get in the team. So will we compete against England? It's going to be a real tough outing. They've got such a strong team, such a lot of continuity, strength and depth. I think if we can hold out for an hour or so, and then who knows, go into the last 20, it's going to be a real tall task in Twickenham. I don't think it's going to be the cricket score that some people are predicting, but I think it's going to be maybe between 10 and 20 points loss, unfortunately. But we live in hope. I can't wait to see what this team can do under another training camp of Steve Tandy, and now he's put his stamp on different parts of this team. Let's get behind the boys, let's hope for the best, and I will catch you in the review.